a non-negotiable is basically my workout, sleep, and health. There's no question asked. I eat very clean, so meat, vegetables, and fruit. I always prioritize my sleep. Of course, sometimes I skip, but I always prioritize. And then I always work out in either a short workout or a longer workout. Welcome back to Fueling Your Life, episode 2. Today we are going to talk about managing your schedule, because if you want to perform and achieve your goals, you want to make sure that you spend your time on the actions that lead you to both perform but also to achieve your goals. And it's both daily, weekly, and for a year. What are you working on to achieve that will lead you to the goal? So part of it is that we must prioritize. It helps us prioritize the necessary task and leave out the rest. Because we only have so much time in a day, and it's important that we spend the time and maximize it to achieve our goals and improve our performance. So the first thing first is time assessment. So for time assessment, we need to assess how much time we basically have. So starting with a day, 24 hours. So I got this from Brandon Carter when I learned about managing my own time and assess my time. So basically you will have 24 hours in a day, and in a week you have 168 hours. So we all have a few things in life. That's the primary. We have family/friends, you can call it relations. We have work, we have sleep, and then we have our training, our workout. So these are the 4 areas that are absolutely top priority for everyone. So we want to figure out how much time do we spend on each of them, and how much time do we have left in a week. So this will depend on person to person, because some are more like family and social oriented, some are more work oriented. And in this case, if you are doing sport on a high level, then your work will also be your sport. So, but you're most likely a person who spends a lot more time at work, so you will probably spend like 60 to 80 hours a week. And then let's say you have 14 hours for like family, friends, kids, you have birthdays, and you sleep 8 hours every night, which is 56 hours. And then you are training, doing a workout 6 times a week, which approximately will take you 2 hours training, changing clothes, and take a bath. And that will be approximately 2 hours per day, so 12 hours in total. So with that, you will end up with somewhere between 142 hours to 162 hours. So that means that you, at the very minimal point, you have still 6 hours left where you can do something. And so to figure out when you are using these hours, but also how you should prioritize your work, then we will come into that here in the next steps. But all this will of course adjust on your priorities in life, which we will of course cover. But this is kind of the way where you can assess how much time do you actually have left in the week to work on something that goes towards your goals. And they can be maybe improving your communication skills, improving your vertical jump if you're doing sport, so on. So when we are done here, we want to be able to put everything into a calendar. So first of all, we have to figure out our task and so on, and how we prioritize. So there's some things for us that's absolutely a non-negotiable. We all have them. So for me, a non-negotiable is basically my workout, sleep, and health. There's no question asked. I eat very clean, so meat, vegetables, and fruit. I always prioritize my sleep. Of course, sometimes I skip, but I always prioritize. And then I always work out in either a short workout or a longer workout. So for me, that's will be things in my calendar and how I spend my time that I always will make time for, no matter what. So, time management. So this is how we are managing our time. What should we prioritize? What should we not prioritize? You want to make a list of all the tasks you have during a week. So there can be tasks from chores, work, you have to go walk the dog, work out, cook food, clean, and so on. So I got this from the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, where you have 4 quadrants. And in each quadrant, it kind of says how you should spend your time. So quadrant 1 is the procrastinator. It's where you push everything to the last minute. So that will be cleaning, cook food, do my laundry, client calls, everything of that sort will be at the end. Then I have the prioritizer, which is have a more like, it's important, but it's also urgent. And that's editing videos, post content, come up with new content ideas, read books, create relation in my work, and so on and so forth. And then we get the... No, wait. So quadrant 2 is urgent, but not important. And then quadrant 1 is urgent and important. But then we get to quadrant 3, which is the yes man. Whereas... Oh wait, I'm fucking it up. Quadrant 1 is urgent, not important. Quadrant 2 is important and urgent. No. Fuck. No, so it's important in quadrant 1 and... fuck, god damn it. No, whatever. Quadrant 3, that's not really important and it's not urgent. And that can, for me, is visit my parents and keep some relations that I don't really care about, where you just say yes. Even though, so it's basically just a time waster. And then you have quadrant 4, where it's not urgent, it's not important, it doesn't do anything, it's just a complete time waster, also called a slacker. So it's for me scrolling on IG and doing the Duolingo language learning app. It's basically just a waste of time. But when you have this list that in terms of what is more important to prioritize, then we can create a prioritized list and calendar, or set up our calendar. So I use Google Calendar because I can on my phone get the Google Calendar featured, so I can always see upcoming events I have in my calendar. So I will book in the hours I'm at work, I'll book in the hours for my workout, And then for me, what works best is then I make a priority list. So I have high, medium, and low. So the high is the ones that will progress the most or progress me the most, and I have to do or I have to focus on, which then help me go towards my goals. Where low priority will be maybe chores and so on. So in my calendar, what I have done is I set deadlines for these tasks. So sometimes the task can also be like smaller projects that you are doing. And I set deadlines, so I will, if I get a high priority Monday, then I will maybe set it for Sunday by the end of the week. That at that time I need it to be done. Because for me, I like to have that flexibility, so everything is not locked into a schedule. And for me, that works really well, because I managed to do it, but I also managed to change around and maybe do some social activity on a Wednesday, even though it was supposed to be Thursday. So I'm not locked into my calendar. For some of you, it might be relevant to schedule time for everything. That okay, now I'm working on this, now I'm working on that, and then you also have your deadlines. So it will all depends on person to person. But the most important thing is to schedule your working hours, when you train, family time, and also when you are sleeping, when you go to bed. Because in that way, now you can see all your time, and where are the spots where you actually have some more time, where you can potentially work on something else. So yeah, in this part, how you want to set it up is all a preference. It took some time, even for me, to figure it out, because I was presented these like 4 quadrants for time management back the summer, but it took me 6 months to really start and put it into practice. And it was first here in December that I managed to organize. Okay, I had to put all my tasks in a high, medium, low priority, and then I can work with it from there and not be too strict. So that was what worked for me, and also finally understand and be better to use the calendar, because that's also a thing you need to learn in the beginning, is to use the calendar. So yeah, that was it for today. Fueling Your Life podcast, episode 2. See you in the next one. Take care. Coach Jesper, I'm out. Peace.